Hi, welcome here at Lundale Farm. Today we are with Heidi, who is the co-creator of the PA Flax Project. And she is going to show us how to process our harvested and redded flax from Elise's garden and farm in Philadelphia. And she's going to be showing us the sort of hand processing method to start.
Okay, so I'm just going to divide this into 3 little bundles so that we can each process a bundle.
Thank you.
And so I'll show you what to do, and then you can do it.
Okay.
So the first step is called rippling, and that's where we remove the seeds from the plant by pulling it through this beautiful wooden tool. And it just pops the seed balls right off, and then they're collected here so that we can save them for other uses.
Perfect. All right. And you said this is called the rippler?
Yep, that's the ripple.
The ripple. Pretty good?
Yeah, pretty good.
Elise, you're up.
So then the next step is called a break, and you literally are going to break the woody core of the plant away from the fiber bundles that are on the outside. So you're just going to hang it with that break. This might be a little bit over-redded.
Beautiful. So Elise had mentioned at the farm that, you know, it is the exterior of the stalk that is used for textiles. So when we break it, we're just sort of loosening the interior so that it falls away.
So you're actually breaking it into little short pieces that are called shive.
Okay.
And that's what falls away, and then you're left with the outside of the plant, which are the fiber bundles here. There's still some plant material in there, but it'll get removed in the next steps.
Okay, perfect. So that's so interesting. So as you're breaking it, it's really the interior that's falling out, and we're left with the exterior. You said, what do you call it?
Shive.
The shive. Okay. All right, should we give it a try? It might be mostly shive.
Yeah. So this flax is a little bit over-redded. So you see how it's breaking completely in half. So you want to break it, but you don't want it to break in half.
Okay.
So this happens. It happens to everybody. So it's fine. It's kind of sad, but it's fine.
Yes.
This really short fiber that breaks in half like this can still be processed, and it's actually really great for things like making paper, where you want a really, really short fiber, right? And also, if you just give up and you think it's too sad that it's over-redded, you can just lay it down as a weed suppression mat in your garden, and I can guarantee that it will keep the weeds from coming up, because it worked really well for me.
Many purposes.
Many
you know?
purposes.
So yeah, show us. This is a little bit longer, more redded to perfection, maybe.
Yeah, this
Closer.
one might be a little bit under-redded. So that's so funny. We have nothing perfectly redded. That's the world of flax. But, over and under are both pretty common, but this was a longer plant to begin with, and this is pretty well redded. And we're going to sketch it now, which is what this is for. But yes, thank you. I was like, I need a sketching knife. So this is another step that removes more of the plant material. What are we doing?
Yeah.
And so you're scraping it with the sketching knife to break away a little bit more of the plant material. See, there's not a lot falling because this is a little under-redded. There's like a sweet spot.
And what are the signs? Because you said that there is the flax man, the flax woman in Europe who would go out and check the dew redding. What are they looking for? Do you know? What are the factors that kind of make the sweet spot?
So you're looking for color.
Okay.
They describe the color as blue. It really looks great.
Yeah.
But they informed us that for the flaxman that is blue.
Blue. Okay.
And you're also looking for the stem of the plant will easily break if you wind it around your finger, and you can see the fiber bundles being released.
Kind of opening.
Yeah. And you want to see that it still smells good.
Right.
So flax that's over-retted starts to smell like moldy.
A little musty.
So you want some moisture, but not too much moisture, I assume.
Yeah. Yeah, we've over-retted a whole field of flax by having a hurricane and not getting it off the field in time. Yeah.
Right. A hurricane, unpredictable conditions.
Yeah, this one's actually pretty under-retted. It's funny. After then, after you must sketch, you can actually, this is a really good example because you can see how there's, down here, you can see how the fiber bundles have appeared and they're like hair. And then like you see this, there's still like a little bit of plant material left in it. So the next step is going to be, hackling that will like comb that out. But you can also.
So you're kind of breaking away the harder stuff from this beautiful kind of golden hairs.
So ideally what you want is like no plant material left in there. So you want all those little bits to come out. So in the sketching step, you'll end up with still some of it. And so then the next thing you would do is you would come over here and you would hackle. And I'll just, basically you want to lay it pretty high on the comb. Brace this with your foot and you just pull it through.
And this is just taking out any leftover core, essentially, or plant matter that we don't really want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give that a whirl. You want to really hold on to it tight. Sometimes I wrap it around my hand.
Okay.
And make sure you brace this with your foot.
I'll end up in the hay bales otherwise.
Yeah.
And is there, amount of time that, or is it just sort of an eyeball kind of like, oh, it's starting to look good?
Yeah, it's like hard to hackle it for too long. The longer you hackle it, the softer and smoother it gets, and the cleaner it gets. You can go through a series of finer and finer combs for it.
Oh, okay. You want to give it a try?
To get a really high-end linen, it would be long fibers and probably like really, really finely combed, right?
Yes.
So the higher the quality, let's say at the mill, would you have some different levels of quality? Like, we'll do it to this level for this batch or this line, and then the next line would be more refined?
That's a really great question. So what we learned when we were visiting Europe is that the goal is to have a single quality of fiber that leaves the mill to the spinner so that the spinner doesn't have to recalibrate their machines while they're spinning. And so you sort of take an inventory of how much A, B, and C grade you have, and then you create a single blend.
Interesting.
So that all of it becomes one grade so that you can sell that quantity into a spinner.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. Feels very satisfying.
I know, this is the really
best
fun
part.
step. Super fun step. So what you're left with here is line, and you see it's really long, which means it's going to be a really strong yarn and create a strong fabric. And then what you're left with here is called tow, and these are shorter fibers. Some of these are still quite long. You can organize a handful of tow pretty quickly this way. So you see how they're, a fraction of that length, but they're still pretty long, and they can be spun on their own, or they can be blended with other long staple fibers like a long staple wool or a long staple cotton and spun that way. Okay. Or they can go into the biocomposites market, and they're used as a sort of
binder,
binder or a fiberglass alternative.
And maybe, as you mentioned, there's sort of untapped potential. You could do insulation products or other, architectural grade. There's a lot that could be done here.
This is a drying market.
Yeah.
This is a potential plastic
Replacement. You like that?
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
Almost as much as I like that.
The fact that you can get, different types of materials to then make different types of products. One being maybe very high-end linen, and then something that maybe is just used for horse bedding, or to add into other composite materials in the natural building world, I think is really also interesting.
Yeah, it's zero waste at the mill. There's no mill we visited had a dumpster. There's no garbage that comes out of the mill.
Yeah.
It's the dust is collected, and that's sold for compost. It's sold into compressible burnable bricks for chipboard. And then the seed goes to animal feed, and then the shive goes into horse bedding or blow-in insulation or flaxcrete brick construction. And then the tow is very valuable and gets processed further and goes into the biocomposites market or the textile market for short fiber textile spinning, or for non-woven cloth, like wipes, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
You use it in diaper inserts, etc. And then the line becomes long line linen.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania Flax Project is working to scale both the agricultural portion of flax for linen in Pennsylvania and also to get a mill operational so that we can do the processing that we just went through mechanically and at scale, and also the growing and harvesting. So you guys hand harvested, right?
Yes.
We're on a very, very small scale compared to what your goal is, to get farmers to be growing acreage and acreage of flax.
Right.
For it to be practical and actually see the increase of, flax production for textiles in the U.S.
Right. So you can imagine, having harvested on a small scale, what it would be to harvest 100 acres by hand.
Impossible.
Very, very difficult. So this machine right here is the first step in scaling this project. So this is a specialized flax harvesting machine that actually goes down and pulls the plant up just like you did, and then it goes up and over the back of the machine and lays it down in windrows to wet just like you did. And it can go up to 40 miles an hour in the field. I'm not sure if this one can because she's old, but a new one could.
Okay.
And so this is epic for us. This machine was imported from Belgium, and it cost a lot of money, and an angel investor made it possible for us to get it. And it's really the first step in us being able to succeed at scaling this operation. So
Congrats.
we're super happy
really
to have
exciting.
our polar.
Yeah, what a beauty.
Very exciting.
Thank you so much, Heidi. This has been really educational, really informative. We're really excited to see what you guys do as we follow the PA Flax Project. This is really momentous. And so we're looking forward to seeing the progression of the mill and so on. And so please follow the PA Flax Project. Consider growing a little flax yourself. There are great resources for that. And again, thank you so much, Heidi.
Yeah, thank you. And it's just such a pleasure to have people like you in our community and growing flax out there and pushing this project forward. That's what keeps us going.
Yeah, I'm personally very excited to be even a small part of the grander scheme of the Flax Project.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah.
More flax.